Do you know the secret behind the magnetic charm of high-value women? It's not just their looks or confidence. It's the way they communicate. Today, we're diving into the exact ways high-value women talk to men and leave them completely captivated. If you're ready to unlock these secrets, stay with me till the end. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Here at Mind Matters, we bring you the best tips to elevate your relationships and mindset. Let's grow together. They show genuine interest. High-value women understand that communication is not just about speaking, but truly listening. When they talk to men, they make it a priority to be present in the moment. Here's how they show genuine interest. They ask thoughtful questions. Instead of surface-level small talk, high-value women go deeper. They ask questions that reveal what truly matters to the other person. For instance, instead of "How was your day?" they might ask, "What was the best part of your day?" Or "What's something you're excited about right now?" They listen actively. Listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions behind them. High-value women maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and respond in a way that shows they're genuinely engaged. For example, if he shares something he's passionate about, they respond with curiosity. "That sounds amazing. Tell me more about how you got into that." They remember details. One of the most underrated skills in communication is remembering the little things. High-value women take mental notes of what men share. Whether it's his favorite food, an important meeting he's mentioned, or a story about his childhood. When they bring these details up later, it shows they care deeply. They show empathy. A high-value woman doesn't just hear what a man says, she tunes into how he feels. If he's had a tough day, she responds with kindness. "That sounds really frustrating. How are you feeling now?" This kind of empathetic response makes men feel safe and understood. They avoid distractions. High-value women know that undivided attention is a rare gift in today's distracted world. They put away their phones, focus entirely on the conversation, and make the other person feel like they're the most important person in the room at that moment. By showing genuine interest, high-value women create an environment where men feel valued and appreciated. This not only strengthens the bond, but also sets a tone of mutual respect and admiration. They set boundaries with grace. High-value women understand the importance of protecting their time, energy, and emotional well-being. Setting boundaries isn't about being rigid or unkind. It's about showing respect for yourself and the relationship. Here's how they do it with grace. They communicate their boundaries clearly. High-value women don't leave others guessing. They express their boundaries in a calm, straightforward way. For example, instead of saying, "I hate it when you're late," they might say, "I really value punctuality because it shows respect for each other's time." This approach is firm yet respectful. They use "I" statements. To avoid sounding accusatory, they frame their boundaries with "I" statements. For instance, instead of saying, "You're always on your phone when we're together," they might say, "I feel disconnected when we don't get to talk without distractions." This shifts the focus to how they feel, making the conversation less confrontational. They stay consistent. Once they set a boundary, high-value women stick to it. This consistency builds trust and shows that they're serious about what they need in a relationship. For example, if they've communicated that late-night calls don't work for them, they don't waver just to accommodate someone else's whims. They don't apologize for their boundaries. High-value women understand that their boundaries are valid and don't feel guilty for setting them. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable with that," they confidently say, "I'm not comfortable with that." This shows self-respect and confidence. They balance firmness with kindness. While they're clear about their needs, they also express boundaries with kindness. For example, if they need personal space after a busy day, they might say, "I've had a hectic day, and I'd love some quiet time to recharge. Let's catch up tomorrow when I'm more present." By setting boundaries with grace, high-value women teach others how to treat them. This not only earns respect, but also creates a healthy dynamic in the relationship, where both individuals feel valued and understood. They use positive language. High-value women know that words have power. They choose their language carefully to uplift and inspire, rather than criticize or tear down. Here's how they use positive language to create deeper connections. They focus on what they want, not what they don't. Instead of pointing out flaws or things they dislike, they frame their communication around solutions or desires. For instance, instead of saying, "You never help around the house," they might say, "I'd really appreciate it if we could share the chores. It'd make things easier for both of us." This approach feels collaborative rather than accusatory. They use encouragement to build confidence. High-value women uplift the men they talk to. They recognize efforts and accomplishments, no matter how small. For example, "I really admire how you handled that situation at work. It shows your strength and patience." Genuine compliments like these make men feel valued and motivated. They replace criticism with curiosity. When something goes wrong, they don't jump to blame. Instead, they ask questions to understand the situation better. For instance, instead of saying, "Why didn't you call me?" they might say, "Was everything okay earlier? I was hoping to hear from you." This keeps the conversation open and constructive. They express gratitude often. High-value women never underestimate the power of a simple thank you. Whether it's for a small gesture or a grand effort, they make sure to express appreciation. For example, "Thanks for taking the time to plan this. It means so much to me." Gratitude fosters a positive and loving environment. They know when to be playful. High-value women understand that communication doesn't always have to be serious or deep. They know how to lighten the mood and make interactions fun and memorable. Here's how they use playfulness to build connection. They tease gently. Playful teasing can create a spark in conversations. High-value women use it to add a touch of humor, but they're careful to keep it lighthearted and respectful. For instance, "Are you trying to win the world's worst dancer award?" Followed by a laugh can make the conversation more fun and engaging. They add humor to tough situations. When tensions run high, they might defuse the situation with a little humor. For example, "Okay, let's take a deep breath before we start a Netflix war over what to watch tonight." Humor helps to shift the mood and find common ground. They use playful body language. A raised eyebrow, a quick wink, or a cheeky smile can say a lot without words. High-value women use these subtle cues to keep interactions lively and flirtatious without overdoing it. They create shared moments of fun. They suggest fun activities or games to break the monotony. Whether it's playfully challenging him to a trivia game or suggesting an impromptu dance-off in the kitchen, these shared moments create lasting memories. Being playful shows confidence and an ability to enjoy the moment, making men feel at ease and drawn to their energy. They communicate their needs clearly. High-value women understand that men aren't mind readers, so they communicate their needs in a way that's clear, respectful, and effective. Here's how they do it. They avoid hinting or playing games. Instead of dropping vague hints or expecting men to just know, they express their needs directly. For example, instead of saying, "It'd be nice if someone planned something for once," they'd say, "I'd love it if we planned a date night together this weekend." This eliminates confusion and sets the tone for open communication. They keep the tone respectful. High-value women know that how they say something is just as important as what they say. They avoid raising their voice or using an accusatory tone. Instead, they stay calm and approach the conversation with kindness, making it easier for men to listen and respond. They use specific examples. Instead of making general statements, they explain their needs with context. For instance, "I feel really loved when you check in during the day. It makes me feel connected to you." This helps the other person understand exactly what's important to them. They welcome feedback. High-value women also create space for men to share their own needs and feelings. They encourage mutual understanding by saying, "I'd love to hear how you feel about this too." This makes the conversation a two-way street. They stay calm in conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but high-value women handle disagreements with grace and composure. Here's how. They don't react emotionally. Instead of yelling, shutting down, or blaming, they take a moment to process their feelings before responding. For instance, if they're upset, they might say, "Can we talk about this later? I need a moment to gather my thoughts." This prevents arguments from escalating unnecessarily. They focus on solutions. High-value women don't dwell on problems. They work towards finding resolutions. Instead of saying, "You always do this," they'd ask. "How can we make sure this doesn't happen again?" This shift in mindset turns a conflict into an opportunity for growth. They stay respectful, even when upset. They avoid personal attacks or bringing up past mistakes. Their focus stays on the issue at hand. For example, "I felt hurt when this happened, and I'd like to discuss how we can move forward," keeps the conversation constructive. They know when to walk away. If the argument isn't productive, they don't force a resolution in the heat of the moment. They might say, "Let's take a break and revisit this when we're both calmer." This shows emotional maturity and self-control. They speak with confidence. High-value women exude confidence in their words and actions, making their communication naturally attractive. Here's how they achieve this. They use assertive, not aggressive language. High-value women are neither passive nor aggressive. They strike a balance by speaking assertively. For instance, "I'd like us to spend more time together. What do you think?" shows confidence without being overbearing. They maintain good posture and eye contact. Their body language reflects their inner confidence. They sit upright, make eye contact, and speak clearly, showing that they believe in what they're saying. They avoid over-apologizing. High-value women only apologize when necessary. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry for bothering you," they'd say, "Do you have a moment to talk about something?" This subtle shift in language conveys confidence. They stay true to their values. They don't compromise their beliefs to gain approval. Instead, they stand firm while being respectful of others' opinions, which earns admiration and respect in return. They are supportive without losing themselves. High-value women are a source of support and encouragement for the men they care about, but they don't lose their identity in the process. Here's how they maintain this balance. They celebrate his wins. High-value women genuinely cheer for his achievements, whether big or small. For instance, they might say, "I'm so proud of how you handled that. It's inspiring to see your hard work pay off." This boosts his confidence and strengthens the bond. They offer encouragement during tough times. When life gets challenging, they provide a safe space for him to open up. For example, "I know this is tough, but I believe in you. Let me know how I can support you." This reassures him without taking over his struggles. They maintain their own goals and passions. While they're supportive, they never neglect their own dreams. High-value women show that it's possible to care for someone while pursuing their own ambitions, which adds depth and value to the relationship. They embrace their feminine energy. High-value women aren't afraid to show their nurturing, empathetic, or creative sides. They embrace their feminine energy, which complements masculine traits beautifully. They express vulnerability when appropriate. Being strong doesn't mean never being vulnerable. High-value women share their feelings honestly and openly, which fosters intimacy. For example, "I feel really happy when we spend time like this," shows emotional authenticity. They radiate warmth and kindness. Their energy is inviting and comforting. Whether it's through a warm smile, a kind word, or a caring gesture, they make others feel at ease. They balance independence with interdependence. They don't rely on a man to complete them, but they also don't shut him out. They strike a balance by being self-sufficient, yet welcoming support and connection. They know their worth. Perhaps the most defining trait of a high-value woman is her unwavering sense of self-worth. She doesn't seek validation from others because she knows her value. They don't settle for less. High-value women set high standards and stick to them. Whether it's about how they're treated, how their time is valued, or what they want in a relationship, they never compromise on what matters to them. They walk away when necessary. If a relationship isn't aligned with their values or brings them down, they have the strength to leave. For example, they might say, "I value this relationship, but I can't stay in a situation that doesn't respect my boundaries." They celebrate their individuality. They don't conform to societal expectations or try to be someone they're not. High-value women embrace their uniqueness and confidently stand out. The secret sauce of high-value women. Being a high-value woman isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity, self-awareness, and mutual respect. When you show genuine interest, communicate your needs clearly, embrace playfulness, and maintain your self-worth, you naturally attract the respect and admiration of others. Remember, it's not just about how you talk to men, but how you carry yourself in every aspect of life. By being confident, compassionate, and true to your values, you don't just build better relationships. You also inspire those around you to bring out the best version of themselves. So take these traits and start implementing them in your interactions. You'll not only see positive changes in how men respond to you, but also feel more empowered in every relationship you build.